And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. As of lately, I've been thinking about things and stuff and such, and I've come to the conclusion that you need to do things for yourself. And I'm not talking about buying yourself a pretty dress and such, or baking yourself a cake, or getting yourself a haircut. No, I'm talking about when it comes to life decisions. You need to ensure that you're making your decision for yourself, and not just for someone else. I'm not saying that your decision can't benefit somebody else. I'm just saying that it has to truly be something that you want. Trust me, this comes from experience. You can't move in with somebody just because they want it, and you can't marry somebody just because they need it. Those are things that you have to be 100% on board with, that you want, not just the other person, because it's gonna fall apart. And it comes down to smaller things too, like losing weight. You can't lose weight for your girlfriend or boyfriend. What kind of girlfriend or boyfriend is gonna love you more simply if you weigh 20 pounds less? I mean, kind of a superficial one, and do you really want them around anyways? This applies to so many things too, like stopping drinking or quitting smoking, eating healthier, exercising more, not swearing as much, giving up caffeinated beverages. All of these things are life decisions that would totally benefit you, for sure, 100%, but that people often do for others because they're told time and again that they need to do it. But if they're not doing it for themselves and their heart truly isn't in it, it's not gonna work out. I've never asked somebody to do anything for me because I'm not reason enough for somebody to make those significant changes to their life. That doesn't mean that if they don't stop doing it, I'm not going to leave or I won't stick around. There are certain things that many of us won't put up with. But who are we to ask them to stop? Should we let people know how we feel? Yes, 100%, so that they are aware. Should we be treated poorly because we make them aware? No. Should we hound them and carry on and make demands and ultimatums? No. Because that's not going to end well. If changes need to be made, then the person needs to make the decision to change. And when it comes to things like getting married and having kids and moving in with one another, you can't just do it to make your partner happy. You need to do it because you want it. I mean, having a kid because your partner wants a kid and you don't really care one way or another, that is kinda wrong. And by kinda wrong, I mean really wrong. I'm a firm believer that you don't want resentment and bitterness in relationships, whether it's with your mom or your sister, or your sidekick, or your, friends. And I find that antagonizing people and constantly going on and on and on and on and on about something will create those very negative feelings and make things so much more tense than they need to be. The thing about change is it's super hard, so doing it for anybody other than yourself is a silly idea because you're less likely to stick to it. And if you're not ready for the change, or let's say you don't actually want to change, then you need to be upfront about those sorts of things, because if you're not, it's just gonna create a bad situation. And bad situations, well, they're bad. Thus, in conclusion, you have to do things for yourself, which means you need to change and make life decisions for yourself. You can have other people in mind when you do them, and your decisions could certainly benefit other people, but essentially at the core of your choice, it needs to be for yourself. And that is this week's vlog, and I hope to see you all again next week for another edition of That Girl Tyson.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations, all hands man your battle stations.
Hello, and welcome back.